What is happening, crew? About 12 years ago, my parents gave me a set of CDs that were called The Secrets of the Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne Dyer. And little did I know that set of six CDs, which I've since listened to probably over 100 times, that I would find a great mentor in my life in Dr. Dyer. And I have gone on to listen to his speeches and seminars, read his books, listen to his tapes, and continue to do so today. And always inspiring me. He has since passed fairly recently, and I just wanted to talk to you all today about what he used to call the Dyer Dozen, and the Dyer Dozen being kind of the thread, as he said, of principles and teachings, and how he inspired others to better themselves and to be inspired, or to be in spirit, as he would say. I want to welcome Wayne to join me in this recording today. I welcome his wisdom always. And let's get it started. Number one, want more for others than you want for yourself. Now, I'll just say you should definitely want a lot for yourself. We are all more worthy than we know, of course. But in this idea, there's such a beauty to it. Let me put it this way. How I try to think of this one is rooting for others. And when you do that, you, instead of being contentious or divided from others or from the whole, when you go around and you find yourself rooting for everyone, those borders and those divisions just kind of magically start to disappear in your life. And as we'll get to in the rest here, the resistance in your life starts to go away, because it comes full circle as you start to root for and encourage and help other people in the things that you want for yourself, and wanting it more for them. It just comes full circle, and that resistance starts to kind of disappear. And I love when I feel like I'm in that place right now. We're getting into that zone of I want a lot for myself, and I want good things, and I'm trying to put that outward. It's a phenomenal practice. When you want the peace you want for yourself, for others, this raises the collective consciousness of all around you. Number two, think from the end. Surround yourself by the people, things, and events that you want to happen to you. I literally say this one to my family and friends all the time now. If you are in a part of your life where you're trying to make a big decision, or you are in a problem or a dilemma, and you're trying to find solutions, you're trying to think it out, thinking from the end, or imagining or picturing yourself being surrounded by what you are wanting, or the kind of people that you want to be around. Once you can imagine yourself in that, I've found that it's an easier process to find the solutions and the habits, the work that I need to put in to get myself to that goal, to that desire, to that dream, to the quality or type of people that I want to be surrounded by on a daily basis. To be able to pick and choose what benefits me as a person, and then again, how you can go back to number one, and how you can feel good about wanting more for the whole and wanting more for others. So thinking from the end. Okay, number three, be an appreciator in your life. Look for value around you. If you are an appreciator, you make yourself valuable. You recognize the value in others, in yourself, at your job, in your home, in your relationships. It is so easy to be critical of things. I feel like we, certainly growing up in my country, I feel like a lot of the education and institutions, in a way, make it easy for us to be critical of things and be divided and be subdivided. And I think that exists everywhere, in grouping and segmenting and all those things. But when you can be an appreciator of life and everything around you, you give the world that much more value. And I feel like personally I'm able to lend a perspective and an energy that is beneficial to the whole. And hopefully in practicing that, everything gains value around me. That is the hope. And the one that I really loved on this was shifting from fear to curiosity. That's really, I love life and I love people and I love animals and I love what's going on in this world, but there are those things that we're all afraid of, and I certainly am. But the practice for me now, as I'm doing this video and getting into this topic, is to remember to be curious and to look at both sides of things, and to be open-minded. Number 4, stay in rapport with source energy, or God, or the universe, or the whole, as I like to put it. Be in a state of harmony. Ask yourself, is this how my source thinks? Or for our purposes here, to try to be inclusive to everyone, we'll just say the whole. Source, as Dr. Dyer talked about, was what we emanate from. So the collective consciousness, all of the energy of everything, how we're able to be here, how we're able to exist, and thinking from that place, staying in a state of rapport with that what we are. We are, whether it's the space dust or the light or the energy or the particles or and staying in a harmonious state, in a humble state of that. Just practicing radical humility, and again, being in an appreciation of what we are. I'm always curious about that one. A choice we find ourselves making many times a day, all looking at it from a different perspective. When I think about it, I think about what is best for the whole, or is this how I make myself a part of the whole? Staying in a state of rapport with the whole. Number 5, I've already talked about this one a lot, resistance. Trying to avoid being in a state of resistance. Every thought in which you have, and I've read that we have a lot of thoughts every day as people. Every thought that you think, trying to stay in a state of allowing and not being in a state of resistance. And there are, of course, those choices where you need to resist and say no and choose different things. But to not be judgmental and to not divide yourself again from the whole, but be in a state of allowing yourself to flourish and for others to flourish around you. Number 6, contemplate yourself surrounded by the conditions you want to produce. We are all creators. We are all one with what is. Whatever we are, whatever this world is, whatever's going on. We're connected to all that is possible, everything that's imaginable. So let me ask you, crew, what do you want to do? Who do you want to be? Contemplate yourself as being surrounded by the conditions you want to produce. Number 7, understand the art of allowing. Allowing means taking the path of least resistance. Every resistant thought is an absence of allowing. And in resistance, I think of going against yourself. Again, not just, you have to say no and you have to resist certain things, of course. But it's, in this sense, going against yourself, or second guessing yourself, or stalling, or procrastinating. In terms of relationships, allowing yourself to take a chance, allowing yourself to be completely honest, allowing yourself to be silly, allowing yourself to be confident. Number 8, practice radical humility. This one has really stuck with me, particularly in conversations. There is something that I have radically tried to add to my own vocabulary, and that is, I don't know. I don't know. I at least not yet. I'm not a fortune teller or a psychic that I know of, but hopefully one day. But there's just so much that I don't know, and that on any different topic or any different conversation that I'm, there's someone out there that is more of a master in it than I am, or everyone having a different understanding of it than I do. And so practicing radical humility in conversations and actively doing that also, to me, helped me really understand how to become a better listener, because now I'm thinking about how to add to what I am and to what I know. And again, thinking of my community and my surroundings as being valuable, it behooved me not to want to add and listen and understand where people are coming from and how other things work in ways that I don't know how they work. And that always catches me in a more of a curious state, and that just continues to build on itself. So listening is beautiful, and when you are listening, no matter how much you may disagree with someone else, say to yourself, I don't need to be right in this conversation because I honestly don't know. And maybe they know something I don't. So I'm going to listen some more before I interrupt or interject or any of those things. I'm going to try to listen more. And you never know. You never know what the next sentence is coming, or what someone is ready to open up and share with you. So practicing radical humility. Number 9, be in a state of gratitude. Be grateful and generous, thankful and giving. Everything that has ever happened to where you get to live and breathe. Take a chance at life. Wonder. Enjoy it, family. Enjoy it. Number 10, keep in mind that you can never resolve a problem by condemning it. What I wrote about this, when I think of standing around or condemning a problem, I think of someone getting their car stuck in the mud and keeping their foot down on the gas pedal. Stop, get out, assess the situation, see what you can do. are you only making it worse? And as someone who's gotten their vehicle stuck in mud, snow, water, sand, all sorts of things, usually you just keep digging yourself a bigger hole. And so not only are you in a situation that you see as a problem, but when you start to condemn that problem, you are working against even the very idea of finding a solution. That is kind of what I'm talking about by getting stuck in the mud. Thinking forward, being solution-minded, creativity, teamwork. How do we get unstuck? Imagine the car back at the house. So you got this car, you're stuck in the mud, thinking from the end, like, I'm going to get this car back to my house. And it's going to be washed, and it's going to be back just like the way that it was. I'm going to get out of this situation. I just need to find the solution. I also noted solution-minded people are sexy. Getting the car out of the mud and washed off is a very sexy outcome to that situation. To sit there and to shame a problem, not sexy. Number 11, play the match game. This is one that I used to love. Dr. Dyer would go on examples from relationships and things that you want, and he would say no match and match, and I'm gonna do a couple of those with you right now. No match. I don't have enough money. I don't feel like I can ever get ahead. Match. I am an attractor of wealth and money. Opportunities are coming my way. I am going to put myself in a position to have opportunities for wealth to come to me. No match. I do not feel good. I feel like I am always in a state of pain. Match. I intend to feel good. I intend to feel better. I am going to feel better. I am going to find ways to allow myself to feel the way that I want to feel. Number 12, meditation. Make it a practice. I have a friend that does this and really inspired me to do it. And read some wonderful books, of which I'll share with you on the channel down the road, about meditation. What I jotted down here is just allowing yourself time to think or relax or not to think. So much of our day and our lives right now feels like such a rat race, to work and to earn money and to pay bills and to try to keep up with this world, with this economy, with the things that we want to do, the things that we want to achieve. And it is so fun, and it is such an exciting practice to just sit down and contemplate that which you are wanting, and or just being quiet and allowing to see what comes. If there's a thought that comes into your mind, or if it's just 10 minutes of silence that you got to enjoy, there is such a peace in that. And as someone who, I don't do it every day, but I intend to in the future, I really enjoy meditation, and that was a big one for Dr. Dyer. One thing that he said that I will always keep with me, and I think about this one all the time, and I will leave you all with it, is when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. I love you all. I appreciate you. And I hope you all have an amazing week.